I'm not a guy that fans the Flames per se, but he stockpiled the cash and the cap space. They're going to make a push for Bobby Wagner here, man? You feeling that at all?
I would definitely. I would.
And I don't usually fall for that stuff, Lindsey. And it goes against my inner wisdom to say that, because it seems like Bobby Wagner has it set up the way he wants it set up right now, where I think he wants to be in Seattle. That's what I think he wants, like in his heart. He has Dallas, in his back pocket to drive up the price a little bit. I think he likes the chair he's sitting in right now, but he hasn't signed.
Yeah, man. But you get Bobby Wagner, dude. I think that's a chess move to me.
100%.
I would definitely go all out and try to get him. If you're all in, then that's what you do.
You do all in moves. Yeah. Spenmo. I don't usually come to this side of things. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm usually the rational one. And I'm not saying it's eminent or anything like that. That's an awful lot of chips to still have.
For sure.
After the Bears got done making it rain in the club. Take me through this, Spenny.
I personally think it's for Chark. I think they're making that money to get a deal done with DJ Chark. It's Bobby Wagner, again, like you said, for him, it looks like it's Dallas or Seattle.
Yeah.
I doubt he signs with Detroit. And there are a lot of good linebackers in this draft. It's in the second round. There's going to be a bunch of good guys available, whether it be Jack Campbell, Deion Henley, Demarion Overshown, different people like that. So I do think they're going to draft a linebacker, but I mean, you can't say no to a guy who's made all-pro team since 2014 every year.
And coming off, and normally you guys know how I vibe with this. Normally, I am in that camp where you get this old dude, he's kind of washed, he's kind of baked, he's living off a name and stuff like that. Well, Bobby Wagner, it's different. This dude's still putting bodies in the streets, man. Like, he's still out there playing at an all-pro level.
Yep.
So even me, somebody who's pro cap space, who's pro good contracts and everything like that, what do I always say, Spenmo? What will I pay for?
Talent.
I'll pay for quality. Absolutely. Yeah. Talent and quality, I'll pay for it. Because he looks like he's built a little different. Bobby Wagner looks like, not only does he have it left in the tank, he's playing at a high level. And I see the path now. Here's the other thing. Here's the overriding thing with this. I see a path to make it happen now. To whereas before I didn't. Now I do. I'm just saying, Lindsey, I'm not calling for it, but it's in play. Maybe in my mind it's in play.
Right.
Maybe not in reality, because I do. In my gut, I think he wants to go to Seattle. I think that's where he wants to end up. But we can be a factor.
Well, we've seen that with, stealing players from the Eagles. I mean, we've seen that this is now a desirable place to be because of what is happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I don't think anybody else would be surprised. I think it'll be kind of like, oh, wow, another one, But if I'm going all in. Look, I don't care. Like, everybody was talking how bad the Rams look now. They got a Super Bowl.
They won a Super Bowl.
Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, 100%. Who cares?
Do you win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, and did it take San Francisco safety dropping interception that hit him in the chest?
Yeah,
it did. But you know what, Lindsey?
Let's not talk about that.
Show me a team that's won, and I'll show you a team that got lucky somewhere along the line.
Dude, as great as every Super Bowl quarterback or Tom Brady, they got lucky.
They got lucky somewhere.
Along the way.
When you guys won your chip in 04.
Yeah, we didn't get lucky though. We were just good.
But the Tayshaun play, right?
That was a block. What was lucky about that? He went and got that crap. Reggie should have dunked it.
100%, but he didn't.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's not known as a dunker either.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
He got that stuff plastered.
You know what he is known as? He's known as overrated in my book. And Flannel, give him the metrics.
No, let's not go here.
We talk about Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Has Flannel turned you on Reggie Miller?
This is factual. The Reggie Miller thing is factual.
This is like J.J. Redick with Larry Bird.
Hey, next break, we'll come back. Flannel will give you their numbers, and they are inarguable. And I'm with them on this one. Big Dan Davis says Buffalo shopping defensive tackle Ed Oliver. Should Brad Holmes make a call to Buffalo and bring him to Detroit? Would this qualify as bringing him home, Spenmo?
Yeah.
Since it was talked about him being drafted by us?
Bring him home.
You got to hey, you guys remember on Big D Energy, you got to qualify it.
Yeah.
Everybody, you're going to bring everybody home. I am a big Ed Oliver guy, so I wouldn't hate it. But anyway, I digress. It's just, for me, Cornelius T says Wagner in a 1-year contract is a smart move. And look, Wagner's not going the 1-year contract route. What did I say we're talking about? We're talking about paying for quality,
right,
which means he has leverage too.
Absolutely.
And he has multiple teams interested. So I'm not going to do a cannonball off that diving board. You know, I'm going to dip my toes in the water and feel the temperature first and kind of look around and survey the scene. I'm not cannonballing in, Lindsey, but I'm interested.
What do you have to lose if you cannonball, though? Because the only thing he can say is, oh, I'm coming or I'm not. And if he doesn't, go back and do what you have to do. I'm all in, man. I'm trying to win now.
I know, and I get it, and I'm here with you. I'm in agreement, man.
I'm trying to win
it's a 180 for me on this topic.
Because think about it. How close are the Lions? If you really believe that the Lions are that close to turning the corner, then why wouldn't you go all in to try to do anything in your power to improve your roster to be championship level? If you truly believe that, right?
Well, remember that top 10 defense that Spenny was talking about yesterday, which he thinks is a possibility for the Lions to have this year. If the Lions acquire Bobby Wagner, a man who's coming off a season in which he was PFF's #1 rated linebacker at his career high in sacks, the most interceptions and tackles for loss he's had since 2017, then maybe that's your top 10 defense. Maybe acquire Bobby Wagner, draft Jalen Carter. That defense would all of a sudden be scary.
Yeah.
Maybe even dominant. It's crazy to think about, but it's true.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I like this one. Dan G says, if Neal applies himself and works really hard, he might elevate himself to mid one day. So that's on the horizon?
There you go.
I could get up there, right?
Something to shoot for.
Thank you, Sam Flannel. I appreciate that. Brandon Cat says Detroit will pay Oliver more than they would have to pay Carter if they drafted him, and Carter is a better player. And Brandon, look, that's relevant to me. And I have to take my love for Ed Oliver away from it and look at the situation analytically, because Oliver was that was a TJ Hawkinson draft, if my memory serves. And so he's coming up at the end too. So that's probably why Buffalo's shopping him, because there's no room at the inn for Ed Oliver in that contract. So they're kind of painted into a corner with it. So, again, kind of keeping in the flow of where I am and the consistencies and stuff like that upon further examination. No, because we're going to bring him in here and then have to pay him?
Right.
No,
Hey.
I'm definitely going to draft one instead of pay one.
I get it, but
Because he's good, but he ain't Bobby Wagner good. He ain't all pro good.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I think that's the difference. If I'm getting an all pro, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
If not, like you said, you can draft a guy that you think will be comparable or better, and pay him less.
And pay him less,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And here's where it is, too. One funky Lions fan says, this is probably Wagner's last legit shot at a bag. He won't want a 1-year deal unless it's over the top. And boom, 100% right. Lindsey, take me through that. Mid-30s, you're going through. You weigh a guy that's already won.
Yeah, he's already won a Super Bowl.
You weigh the bag. You know what? The bag weighs differently, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. But don't you think if you could get a Super Bowl out of it, all of that's worth it?
You tell me, man.
Yes, definitely.
Really? Okay.
Man. Look, there is.
So you'll take 50% less money to win at the end of your career.
Oh, definitely.
For real.
Yeah, I would.
Even as a guy that's already won.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to win
little
again.
double clutch there.
Because think about it. You're probably going to make a little extra money when you win again. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think, but 50%, I don't think he'll take that type of pay cut. You think it'll be that?
I'm just giving a for instance.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd take a pay cut to be on a better team. Nobody wants to be in a rebuilding situation. Nobody. Especially a guy that's won already. Unless he's tucked everything in and said, you know what? I'm about to get this payday. I'm retiring. I'm going to Colorado.
That's a vibe I get from him about the whole Seattle thing.
You think
know
so?
what I'm saying? Because I think in my gut, I think that's where he's going to end up.
Well, if that's his desire, then he'll do it. But if he still wants to compete, the way he's playing, though, the way he is playing, it just doesn't seem like he would be a guy that's content with, hey, we're gonna make the playoffs maybe, and be out the first round again, and I'm content with that. Maybe he's happy with that, but I would think a guy like that would want to compete for another Super Bowl. Nicholas
Duncan says win with 2 teams. And first-class Hall of Fame. He's already a first-ballot Hall of Famer.
No question.
Bobby Wagner. He doesn't have to worry about that.
Right.
No, he's in those streets.
Yeah.
A lot like Spenmo is in those streets.